Hey there, you guys. Karen, Rosanna, Margaret, Carolyn. Happy New Year. I hope everything's going well for you. Hey, I'm sorry I blanked out there on my client continuum. Um, anyway, I just want to say that moving forward, man, it's important. And I wanted to share some things with you. Hopefully, I can do this really quick because I know you're very busy and I want to respect your time. But the last time that we talked, we kind of got hung up on what is my client continuum. And I did build, like I said, I got into all of these kinds of things that I thought we really needed to accomplish before launching. And I want to be honest with you, and I think that you can relate, is that while I went through that process, I had a little bit of a limiting belief come up, and it was, am I worthy to do this? Because when I started putting together a few things and wanted to look at the competition, I started seeing a lot of things out there that made me feel as though, who am I to do this? So I wanted to share this with you because the last time we talked, you guys, it seemed as though and I think it might be coming from this is why I want to do this video, is that maybe that might be where some of you are coming from too. So can you believe that? I got into a little comparitis. I was looking at other things and seeing, what some of the other of our competitors are doing. And it wasn't, and of course, then the holidays hit, my folks, my daughter, all of this stuff, but really, folks, all this would have fit right in there if I wasn't dealing with this. And so I wanted to share this with you because here's what I believe my client continuum is and why we are very worthy and should be serving a segment of the real estate community. What my client continuum is, it's a collection of experiences. One thing that I noticed out there is that everybody has a how-to or a tool, but that's not what we're about. You see, most people, the people that we're serving are people out there who are thinking the same things. Who am I? Who am I to be that new realtor who is dealing with the seller who sold more houses than me? Who am I to deal with that upper end client who, through some sort of viewpoint or whatever, that their success is reflecting against maybe where you're at in time in life right now. Not that any of you are going through that, but I want to just say that to you because these are the thought processes that our audience is going through. And I think it's very selfish to not share this with them, to not share these experiences. We can do the how-tos and the scripting and all of that kind of stuff until we're blue in the face. There are many, many services out there, but I have not run into any other services within this space that talks about the mindset, the experiences, because the newcomer coming into the business, they may mirror or shadow somebody coming in or work with them as they come in. But how many times in your career have you sat down with somebody and want to hear all of their experiences? If that person was willing to do that with you, you might think, gosh, they're kind of egotistical. They really love themselves, the arrogance. And that could be true. But really what we're offering here, folks, are those experiences that people can take with them and make their own experiences and have that learning where they didn't have to do, but they've got our own collection of experiences that they bring into that interview, whether it's a buyer interview or a seller interview or a loan application interview or anything like that, because they've heard the story. Even though they may not have experienced something like that themselves, they now have some new information for which they can draw upon. And I think that this is why we are all very worthy to do this service. And so if there was some struggle about, what is it that this is, it is training, and we will offer some training, but really we're offering a collection of experiences that somebody can tune into, maybe when they're brushing their teeth in the morning or whatever the case is, that it's just a little bit of mindset based from our own personal experience. So I know last time we talked about this is that there was a suggestion that maybe we do 5 videos and on a topic, and I really thought a lot about that. And I don't want to confuse that person, and I want to respect. When I say I don't want to confuse that person, I don't want to confuse the our client or our customer. I think that what we need to do is approach this in such a way that if one of you, besides myself, has an experience that you wish to share, an idea that we talked about before, and you don't want to do the video, then get together with either myself or maybe Margaret, who does want to do the video, okay? And then we can go over the material together and make sure that we have a cohesive message that goes out to our audience. The other thing is, too, that I think that we were lacking was, what is our purpose? And one of the things that was really resonating with me, especially when I was up in Redding recently and saw more homeless people than I care to see. I mean, we've got them down here too, and I was just recently in Sacramento, and the park right in the city center was full of homeless people smoking pot and all of this kind of stuff. And I'm just going, geez, I wonder how many of them are a disabled vet. How many of them are the working homeless? There are a lot of people out there. And so I got to thinking, folks, what about one of our purposes, not only to serve a wonderful industry that's being bombarded right now from all the bells and whistles and how-tos and how this tool will work better for you, and those little, when you get it within 100 yards of a house, somebody gets paged or texted on their phone to let them know that there's a listing in the area. All of this stuff that doesn't matter, because what really matters when we show up in front of our client is that we are competent, okay, that we are competent and we're humble, that we're going to address their needs. All this other stuff just doesn't matter, okay? So this is the things that I believe is what we should be sharing with my client continuum clients. And so the purpose, I want to add a stack onto this and see how you feel about it. I would like to get to a point to where we have enough monthly funds coming in to we can actually maybe do something for a disabled veteran, or do something for somebody who's been in law enforcement and is in a tough bind right now, a first responder, or give to an organization, because I think that that's also important for people to realize who will be paying us on a monthly basis to get this information, that there is a higher purpose for all of us for what we're doing here. So anyway, getting on about 8.5 minutes, so I don't want to take any more of your time. I just want to get your thoughts on this. I have not given up on it, but I do got to say that I did have a little head ringing, and I had to get my head straightened out and say, no, there's a whole bunch of people out there that need to hear our message. The messages we are hearing are from the people we don't need to hear from. It's almost like when you get a new car, all of a sudden you see that car all over the roadway, right? It's just the way things are, is because that has been brought into our awareness. I've been through all of these books, which is real estate related. This is all in the last 2 months, and of course I finished up Ray's book. And I got to tell you, yes, I went in a little bit of burnout, and when I got onto everybody's Facebook pages, and I've been pixeled, so this is why I kept seeing all of this stuff, and it just kind of hit me like, smack in the face. So it burnt me out. So I'm back at this. I'm ready to launch this thing, guys, and I just want to know what your level of commitment is. Get it energized, feel excited about this, because the reason why I asked you is because I think you've got a lot of value to provide to this 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 group to provide to this business and to the overall, audience that we're going to be serving. I really do believe that you have a lot of value to share. So I hope that you agree with me and get excited about getting this thing going, because I am. And I know all the pieces are there. It's just a matter of press and play and go. So let me know. And I'm going to be starting off on some videos here and start getting them into the library. And I'll be doing an introduction one. And also, I really like having a funnel come to our website like I was trying to show you last time, but I did get some very easy to put together type of funnel type of stuff so that we can actually go out and put this out there to do a short little capture of people's information, and so that we can maybe contact them directly and talk a little bit more about what they're trying to find out, what they want, what they're expecting from this group, and then we can go ahead and serve them appropriately. So, hope you're doing well. Let's talk soon. I will gather us all online again, but I just wanted to reach out to you and say, hey, we're doing this thing. I want to make sure you're still doing this thing with me. Okay? Have a great day. Bye.